everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then thank you very much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. And maybe if you like what you see, you could consider hitting the like button as well as the subscribe button and coming back for some more videos. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate each and every view I get. So thank you so much. Today I am going to just do a journal page in this. This is the journal that I made just recently. And I have a video on making these inserts as well as the cover. So that's two parts. The inserts and the cover are separate. So I'm just going to flip through to a new page. Maybe I'll go here. That is a piece of tracing paper. That is not. So let's see. I just want to find something. I have a kind of an idea of what I want to do today. So I'm going to flip through until I find the right kind of paper that I want. So I think I want something fairly heavy like this. So I'm going to do this page. And what am I going to do? I'm going to, just excuse me while I reach across there. My glue is all fallen over. I only have a little table here. So while I'm getting this ready, I'll just explain a little bit about where I am and what I'm doing. I am in New Brunswick. I'm at the house in New Brunswick. And as well, I arrived here on the 21st, I believe, late at night on the 21st. I drove straight through from Ontario and, you know, didn't stop for anything, just gas, and took precautions while I was getting that, and arrived out here on the 21st. I had my car loaded right to the max, and the hubby came out 3 days later or 4 days later, and he had his truck loaded, and now we're both in, you know, we're both self-isolating here in New Brunswick. Oh, so anyway, this is where we are. We're kind of stuck in the house. So I haven't been journaling as much over the last maybe a year or two, and because of that, I've kind of gotten out of the habit, but I did it for quite some time before that. So I think what I'm going to do is cut this off here, and then I'm going to glue it down so that there's a pocket here and that there's a pocket here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to flop this down here. I'm going to cut. I'm just going to line that up, maybe a little wee bit thinner so that it's not quite to the edge of the page, and go like this. Then I can put that there. And so this is kind of a cross between an art journal and like a journal for me. And kind of like this paper. So I'm thinking, I'm not going to do a bunch of measuring on here. I really do like this piece that has the coffee. I've got coffee stains on it, and they are coffee stains. Like, they come by it honestly. I mean, really. So, yeah, I want to use that. I definitely want to use that. So anyway, I'm just going to work away here. This isn't a tutorial or anything like that. It's obviously just some time with me in my craft room, which I enjoy immensely. This is my downtime. This is how I relax, unwind, and right now, there's a lot to kind of vent about and stress about and things like that. So having some downtime is a good thing. I know we're in the house for 2 weeks, and we don't have anything like pressing that we have to do because, well, we can't. But, yeah. So, I'm going to put it on like this. And I'm going to glue this down on here. And then I'm going to turn around it with my scissors. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just like that. So I'm going to use my Tombow glue for this. And I'm going to put the glue on here. I have another one on standby. Thank goodness for Amazon, right, guys? I have gotten an order this week, and you just can't get out and shop and do the things that you want to do, and you really don't want to call people and and keep bugging them and asking them, can you get me this and can you get me that? It's just not something that I want to do. So there, just like this. I'm going to line this edge up right here. I ordered off of Amazon. So I ordered some sheets. We have some twin beds here. We haven't even got out to buy a queen bed yet. So we have some twin beds here, but I didn't have twin bed sheets. We didn't have them in the other house. So I needed sheets for my bed, so I ordered them the day before yesterday, and they came this morning. It actually said they weren't supposed to come until next Tuesday, but they came this morning, and today is only Saturday. So, yeah. So all I'm going to do is trim around this, just like this. And then I can glue it down on the page, but I'm going to ink it first. I'm going to give it some nice edging, and I'm going to kind of grunge this up a little bit because I kind of want a vintage look in there. This whole journal I kind of want a vintage look in. So I got that. That's a little bit wrinkled, so that's cool. I like that. I do want to, I'm going to put I'm going to get my punch and punch this. I grabbed my 2-inch punch because I don't want a massive one in here. I'm only going to put this in here like this. And if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just putting it in there. And then I should have waited for that to dry first, of course. Of course I should have. But yeah, so I wonder if I can get that out of there now. Oh, of course I can. It's just stuck in the punch. There, get that out of there before that glue dries. So I have that punched, but I want that background to be the same. So I'm going to take another little piece of the grid paper, the dot grid. I like that little piece that has the coffee stain on it. So next week, one day, I am going to do I need to do a build your stash video. I need some coffee stained papers. I need a bunch of them, to tell you the truth. And so I think what I'm going to do is do a whole session for coffee staining papers, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it, how I have a small kitchen and I don't want to take my whole house up with there. There, perfect. So I'm just going to set that aside a little bit and let that dry just a touch before I go around and ink it. But what I'm going to do is ink up this page around a little bit before I do that. Well, I have a little bit of a problem. I said I had my car packed right as well. I mean, I couldn't fit like my winter boots in. And I had packed everything ahead of time. And I thought I had everything that I was going to need when I got out here, but of course you can't, I couldn't bring my whole craft room with me. So I have no blending tools at all, at least not that I can find. So I'm using a wadded up bit of a, what is this? A Huggies wipe. And I'm just dipping it in my ink and rubbing it around my page. So that's all I'm doing. So I've got this. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to bring that right down like that because I don't want anything showing that is the light color on this paper. So that's good. That's fine. Now I'm going to ink the edges of this one. So it'll work if I take the time to do it. I'm just being messy and sloppy. This isn't the best thing to use. Whoops, I just tipped my ink upside down. So it's not the best thing to use because it's got kind of a floppy edge to it, but it'll work. And if I go really, really messy, it'll just look like that's what I intended. There. I need to open this up and ink around this, just like that. There, that is really cool. I like the way that comes out over the wrinkles in the page. Very cool. Okay, so I have that and I have that. So now what I'm going to do is glue down here, across here, and up here. Nice and close to the edge. I'm just going to go make sure there's lots because I want it to hold, but you know, not too much. I don't want it seeping out all over the place. There. Very nice. Kind of make sure that that's centered and pushed down. Now I'll make a tag for here, and I'll make a tag that I can slide in this way as well. Working on pages in my journal are very cool. I like doing that. So I have this book page and I have it cut to a pocket. It's from something that I did before. Let's move this stuff off because I don't need it on here right now. So I'm wondering, I think it'll make one extra really nice layer on here. I like my pages, like when I do this, a lot of my pages I just, let me see if I can find one. A lot of my pages I'll just do this. I'll just sit down and journal. But when I do a page, I like it to kind of be interesting and have lots of stuff on it. So what I'm going to do is cut part way down this fold. There, I'm going to cut right down that. There. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it back like this. I want it to be kind of straight here. Yeah, and then I'm going to tuck this under again, but this has to go on the inside. So whenever you're doing a pocket that has this type of a fold. It's best to put the side flaps in first and then put the bottom end up. Then when you're sticking something in, it'll slide down the side pockets, but it doesn't get stuck on here. So I always do that. So I have to ink this up. So my hubby's, some of the people from our hometown in Ontario have started a Facebook page called Music from Home, because we have a lot of musicians in our area and they can't get together and jam and do what they like to do. And there's so much different kind of music. So if you can hear that in the background, that's what he's listening to. And it's just the guys. They can't all get around one kitchen table. So they're posting music from home and they can sit down and listen to each other. So it's a way to stay in contact and not lose sight of the things that's important to them while they're, you know, sitting out this COVID-19 and trying to stay healthy. There, that is perfect. So I will, once again, stick that down. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on here and a little bit of glue on here. I hope I'm in frame, and put that down like that first. Then I'm going to go, I'm going to try to get right close to that edge. Oh, I recognize that voice. It's funny because as he's listening, I'm recognizing some of the people that are singing, and that was his cousin, his first cousin. So, yeah, if anybody's interested, go to Facebook and check out, I think it's just called Music from Home. I want that to have a little bit of that. So everything's grunged up and good, I hope. So I just want to make sure. So that's good. That's good. This is all good. So everything will stick down. So I have all that down. So I have all my pockets made. Now I just want to decorate a little bit. So I want, I love, love, love this paper. I may just make a tag for here out of it. So maybe for here, I think. So let's see what we have here. I want a tag that is 3 1/4 inches wide and as high as this is. So let's put the lid on my glue. Nothing is where I normally have it. So 3, let's square this edge off first. It doesn't look like any of these edges are square to me. I might have been using scissors on this. So let's square that up. Let's square that up. Square this end up and do the sizing. There. So I have my tag. That fits in there nicely. I like that, yeah. So I'm going to trim off this corner. And this corner. Like that. So I have my tag. I'm definitely going to make sure the back of it's dirty. You can still journal on this, but I'm just going to get rid of some of my paper scraps. And I'm just going to move this little, I've got a silicone mat here. So I'm just going to move this over here so that I can, this paper, oh my gosh, it looks so good grunged up. It is absolutely awesome. Perfect. A little bit more around the edges now. So that one there, I'm just going to put in, I'm going to let it sit for a bit and dry because it kind of softens the paper when you get it wet. So I'm going to let that sit there for a minute or two. Then I'm going to find a piece. I've got paper scraps. So I have a whole box of paper scraps, a huge shoebox full. And I am going to look for, ooh, loving that. That is a piece of paper. That's a piece of paper that I made out of something that I Zentangled a couple of years ago. Well, there it tells you June 26, 2016. So I should be making a tag out of that. So, just looking for something here. If I can find it. March. So there's part of a March. That's cool, actually. There's part of a March calendar. I cut it up and kept the calendar. I don't know quite when it's from. The year is not on here, so. And that, I love that. Here's some painted paper that would make a really good tag. There's a cover from an old journal that's already collaged that would make a good tag. There's lots of things in here that would make really great bits and pieces to stick in here and there. There's actually one that's already made and edged there. So there's usually all kinds of stuff that's in your scrap box. Might work. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. What's taking me so long is, look at, this is what I'm going through, guys. I don't even have room to put it on my table. I've just got it on my knee. Yeah, there's old journal covers in here. Sometimes I will dismantle an old journal and then use, if I didn't finish it, I'll dismantle it and then use all the pages and the pieces and things like that that I have, and I will add it into a new journal. There's a cute little bit. I think I'm done. I can't find, well, not that I can't. Nothing's jumping out at me. So I have some pieces. And I'm going to make some bits and pieces and tags that will go in here. This one I think I want to round the corners on. Yeah, I think I want to round the corners on this. Whoa. If I throw my punches across the floor and then they don't work, but they do still. There. That's cool. So that's a different style of tag. I'm going to do, oh, I love this piece of paper. Just love, love, love this piece of paper. So, is this a good size? This isn't too bad for there. Is this a little bit longer? It's not quite deep enough though. I want something that's deep enough to go in here and stick out. So where do I want to cut it at? I think I'm going to take this off. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I think I'm going to take this off here. This bottom edge is straight. I think that's straight. And then I'm going to take this off right here, like that. So basically what I'm doing, and I tend to do this a little bit, is just go through, as I'm working in my journal, I'll just go through, I'll throw a couple pages where I've got pockets and things like that. So this will just sit in here nicely. It doesn't have to be, this doesn't have to have a hole punched in it then. It can be like an oversized journaling card. And I like that little bit shows right there. And then when you pull it out, it kind of has these arrows on it. So I think that that's an interesting bit for in here. Then, let's see what I can do with this. This is a little bit drier now. So this is going to have my punch. So it says McGill Utility Punch. It's got to be patent pended. I have no idea. There's even a patent date on there. So I have no idea how old this thing might be, but I don't think it'll ever stop working. And it punches through the heaviest papers as well. No, I like that one there. I need something darker up there. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then I think I'm gonna turn this, yeah, I think I'm gonna turn this into a, I wonder if I can get that in there. I hate to throw this away. This is a really cool collaged piece that, let's see. It says, turn your wishes into plans. I have in the top corner here. So, I might have to cut a little bit off of there. I need a little bit more off that. It's a little bit too tight. This is already really thick because it's actually backed onto some, there, that's better. Take a little bit off the bottom. So I didn't measure, nothing's measured. When you're using junk, this is a junk journal. When you're using junk, you pretty much just use what you can find. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to round the top corners and the bottom corners on this, just to make it slide in and out a little bit easier. So I'm going to just trim and trim. Trim. Oh, too many pieces there maybe. Yeah. Uh-oh. Sometimes I do that. I put too many pieces in my little punch. So, well, I'm going to have to push on that later to see if I can get that out of there. There, got it out. And banging on it with... Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. I was just banging on it with this. I do think I want to punch a hole in here. Like that. I like the fact that they're little tags. And this one as well. And then I'll put some string on these. Just for some extra. And this one, I think I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to get a nice dark, I think I want a nice dark line all the way around. Oops, I didn't punch that corner. There. There. So I have something in all my little spots, and I like that. I do like that. So that's one page. So now all I have left to do on this page, I'm going to keep these, I keep all my scraps. I'm going to keep these 2 pieces of paper. I may take a little weed instead of flipping that up because it's a book page. I think I'm going to, I really want to stamp something on here. So I think I'm going to, I want something here so that when you take those tags out, and I have this ampersand that I absolutely love. Just love this. There. Now move this. And this is not going to print perfectly because there's so many pages and different things underneath here. But I think I'm just going to. There. I love that. I like that that's there and that it's kind of just another layer underneath so that when you pull this out, there's like a little surprise. So that's that. And I think I'm going to stamp. I'm going to stamp hello right there. Yeah, what I don't have out here is any script or anything like that, but I do have this. Okay, so I have this set up And it says March 28th. It's really hard. This is an old punch. Is that right? I think that's right. This is an old punch. So I think so I put this page together on March 28th, and that's all I need there. So that's done. This page is done. I am going to put a little dab of glue there, though. Just a little dab. I don't like how this keeps flopping up. I'm not going to do the corner. I'm going to come back here, put a little bit of glue, put it down like that, so that it still looks like it's loose, but it isn't. There, so that's it. So if you like this video, you'd like to see me doing more stuff like this. This is just one, I've just started this, journal. So what I'll do now is I may take my pen and I will journal on this side so that, and I may ink this so that it kind of looks like it's layered in this. So as I'm going through my book, I'll have this, and then these, and this one, and yeah, so that's it. So if you like it, please give this video a thumbs up, help my YouTube channel grow, and I appreciate that very, very much. I do love it when people comment and give me ideas and let me know. I've actually only been doing paper crafting for, maybe 4 years. I was really late getting into it. I did decoupaging and, home crafts and things like that for many, many years. Then I got out of it for a long time. And then when I got back into it, it was because I started seeing paper crafting, and I had journaled, but for me, a journal was just, you buy a book and you just write in it. Yeah, you just do a brain dump, and that was it. For me, that was journaling. Then I found my first happy planner, and I got into that, and yeah, I fell down that rabbit hole, and now I have things like this popping up. So if you'd like to see, and don't forget to go watch the front of this video here if you haven't seen it already. I absolutely love how the front of this journal cover came out. I think it's just fabulous. I love touching it. It feels so good. So yeah, so if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share if somebody needs some inspiration that you know. And by all means, if you liked this and you'd like to see some more, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. So everybody stay healthy, stay safe, stay in. Don't forget social distancing, and yeah, be safe. Bye-bye for now, everybody. See you in the next one.